Suzanne Morphew was born and raised in Indiana, but in 2018, she and her husband Barry moved to Colorado with their two daughters. And Suzanne stayed at home with those two girls, and she also was an avid mountain biker. And she loved both of those things very, very much. And at 5'2" and 120 pounds, she was also a fighter. She beat cancer twice. And she and Barry had been married for 25 years when she went missing in 2020 on Mother's Day. Now, Suzanne and Barry's marriage had turned into something that was less than happy, and Suzanne was allegedly having an affair with a guy that she dated in high school. And at 2 o'clock on the afternoon before she went missing, she sent that guy a selfie of her sunbathing. That was at 2 o'clock. At 2:44, husband Barry arrives home. Now, he was rumored to be watching her, stalking her around the house. So at 2:44, he gets home. At 2:47, his phone goes into airplane mode, and boyfriend on the side never got an answer to any of his texts back to Suzanne. Now, Barry admits that he was running around his property that afternoon with a firearm, because who doesn't run around their property with a firearm? He said he was killing chipmunks, and you should be convicted of that alone, sir. They're the cutest little animals I've ever seen. Either way, he says he gets back that afternoon. They have a steak dinner. They do the deed, and he last sees her at 5 a.m. That's the last time anybody ever saw her. Now, a neighbor reported her missing while Barry was off dumping trash in 5 different trash cans, because that's not suspicious at all. And he was supposed to be in Bloomfield that day, and his employees were supposed to go with him, but they reported that he just up and left them after dumping trash in 5 different trash cans. Now, Barry tried to play the role of the dutiful husband by offering a $200,000 reward that he knew he'd never have to pay, but also he kept saying that their marriage was great, and when they told him she had a side piece, he said, well, maybe that's God's way of working something out. God don't like you, sir. There was a lot of information about tranquilizer guns, because Barry admitted to having a tranquilizer rifle for wildlife and also some of these bullets with drugs that are only available by prescription in Colorado, but he brought them with him. And therefore, he was the only one in the area that had access to that. But also, some evidence related to the tranquilizers was found in the trash can where he was throwing trash away. And also, one of the bullet casings was found in the dryer in their home, along with the clothes that he was wearing the day that she went missing. His defense attorneys say, you don't know how long it was in there, and we don't. But come on, man, there's common sense at play here. Even without a body, because she had not been found yet, the government decided to arrest and charge Barry Morphew with her murder. But they had to dismiss those charges in 2022 with leave to bring them back, hoping that they would find her and get more evidence. And he thought he was off scot-free and had the balls to sue the government for $15 million. The cojones on this man. $15 million. That lawsuit was thrown out in September of last year. Barry's clearly an upstanding citizen, because also in there, he's convicted of voter fraud for signing her name onto a ballot and voting for her. They finally found her body in 2023 in a shallow grave about 50 miles from her home, and an autopsy revealed, lo and behold, that it is homicide. So the interesting thing about their report, the coroner's report, is that they also found evidence of tranquilizer in her bones, which meant that she didn't die immediately after she was shot with the tranquilizers. She had started to metabolize that into her system, so she was kept alive for at least some period after being tranked. You know who tranked her. New evidence also shows that their phones were pinging off of the same cell towers, and also they were turned off at the same time. A lot of evidence that they were together during the time period where he said he didn't see her. They also still had that cap to the tranquilizer in the dryer with his shorts. They also had a text message that was from her to him saying that she was done, she wanted out. Betting he was none too happy about that. The other interesting thing about this case is that when they found her in that shallow grave, there was no bug activity. So they're pretty sure that she died somewhere else, decomposed somewhere else, and then was moved to the shallow grave after she had decomposed. Poor old Barry Morphew thought he had gotten away with the perfect crime, but they did reopen the case, issued a new indictment, and he was picked up today. Now, their daughters have in the past stood by him without this additional information. So we'll see if they stand by him now. Poor guy, thought he had gotten away with it.